you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
Oh, welcome in. Here we go. I tell you what. Oh, yeah. Beck's Banter live on North American Talk Radio. It's always something. I've been wrangling with technology today. I'm making it, though. We're here. We're here and we're happy. North American Talk Radio, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Beck's Banter. Sports headlines, a little bit of opinion. Maybe some gambling from time to time. Do you put some shekels down on the games? I don't very often. Fantasy football is where it's at for me. I don't know where it's at for you. In the backdrop here in the studio, we're going to have the Tigers playing some baseball against the Astros, although it's delayed, so we'll see if they get kicked off here soon. There's other baseball action. WNBA tips off here at 7. We got a heavyweight matchup on NBA TV. We'll probably put that on the TV too. But anyway, you can participate, by the way, if you so wish. I should get the phone line open. If you want, 330-800-4219. Feel free to call. Or you can use the chat function on our website, which is natalkradio.com. And I will read your chats. Or you can just sit back on Simple Radio app or the radio.net app and enjoy the show. If you're watching this replay on the 12 Out Sports YouTube, you can only listen. You can chat there, but I probably won't see it for a few days, so that's okay. I do this Monday through Thursday because, there's usually plenty of things to talk about in sports. This will be a little difficult, probably, late spring as we go into baseball season, but, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We're not going to worry about it now. Yeah, wasn't that funny? But I saw an article came out today about the cap space available for every NFL team. I thought I'd run that down. There's one team in the NFL. One team with negative cap space. If this show was big enough, maybe someday, I'd want somebody to chime in and see if they can guess it. But, of course, they could probably research it real quick and then chime in. So would that be fair? I think not. But the most cap space available in the NFL right now, the New England Patriots, almost $60 million. The least, negative $600,000 in cap space, the Buffalo Bills. And you can say, yeah, well, they had wildly different outcomes last year, too. They sure did. But I'm telling you what, Travion Henderson looks pretty darn good for the Patriots. Can Drake May be the answer there? Or whoever they roll out? We mentioned last night that Joe Flacco's starting for the Browns. We have another player we're going to mention starting that was named a starter. Another transplant. But anyway, the Patriots lead the league with almost $60 million in cap space. The Detroit Lions, a team that was close to making a Super Bowl. Or did they? They didn't. Okay. Second place with over $51 million. All right, so maybe they'll make a run at that NFC Championship against the Eagles. If you're wondering where is the Lions, at least from last year, closest competitor, the Eagles, they're down at $30 million. So there's a ton of cap space. We'll go from the bottom, actually. The Bills, negative $600,000. The Giants, $4.1 million. Of course, they got rid of Daniel Jones, too. Falcons, $5.1 million. Texans, just a hair under $11 million. And the Chicago Bears, just a hair under $14 million. Those are the bottom 5 in cap space. If you're curious, maybe you don't care, my team, the Cleveland Browns, about middle of the pack, $25 million. I don't know what they'll do with it. But I found something interesting here in the cap space for every NFL team. If you were to look, now you can take out the Chiefs and take out the Ravens. Let's pretend the Chiefs, Ravens, and Bills didn't exist. So, because there's 2 columns. The left column, you start from 1 down to 16. The right column, 17 to 32. I think that's the number. There's 3 teams that make the playoffs that are good, win divisions. That's the Chiefs, Ravens, and Bills. If we take them out of the equation, you look on the left side, teams with the most cap space. I'm going to run this down. The Lions, the Niners, the Chargers, the Steelers. Believe it or not. Now, the Steelers haven't won a playoff game in a while. They're still upper echelon, right? Packers, Bengals, Eagles, Buccaneers, Vikings. Now, yes, you have some teams in there that have struggled lately. Patriots, to name one. The Cardinals, Raiders, the Raiders. Seahawks, they weren't bad last year. They weren't bad at all. Titans, this is spelled wrong in this graphic, the Titans. How do you misspell the Titans? How in the world? They misspelled the Titans. That's interesting. Anyway, I liked that graphic because, it just shows a lot of the good teams are smart with their money. Cleveland, get yourself together. There's a lot of good teams on the left side of the column with the most cap space. Something to think about going into this NFL season. Moving along, touching moment, and then we'll get back to being a goofball. But I don't know if you saw this. Rich Eisen hosted SportsCenter. Of course, he hosted it with Stuart Scott in the past, the legendary man. Booyah! And a nice tribute to Stuart Scott. We're going to play it. It's 2.5 minutes long, so I apologize. And you can only hear it. You can't see it. I'm sure you've seen it. But this was touching, so we're going to watch it.
How you doing? Hey, what's up? That's exactly what Jordan would have picked.
I promise Rich and I will not be fighting on the set again here on SportsCenter.
Serving 2 minutes for bankruptcy with Stuart Scott. I am Rich Eisen. Uncle Ben.
Don't worry about it.
There are a few things that I've said where, man, I wish I didn't say that.
Those who are late do not get fruit cup. 2 snaps up from 2 good teams.
I feel like this is the opening of the Addams Family instead of SportsCenter.
They're talking, they're just gonna have a little. No, they're just playing the feud. They're playing the feud.
So sometimes we need the Rich to Stu and Stu to Rich dictionary that we just place right in the middle of it.
Oh yeah. No, I thought
You said you was. I thought you said you was all right.
Rich, what does Pop Goes the Weasel mean?
Wonderful! Call this kid Butter, because he was on a roll. How'd you know? I just, come on, put it on, all right? You knew my size and everything.
It looks good.
Thank you.
It
Feels good. Thanks. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, man. Cool. It has been a blast being here tonight, but listen, we all know there should be someone else right here in this chair next to me. Right there. As he was for my 7 years in the role he referred to as my TV wife. And that's my dear late friend, Stuart Scott, who is indeed looking over my shoulder tonight. I frequently think of Stuart a lot and what he might think of the sports headlines of the day, like, say, Bill Belichick being the head football coach at his beloved school. We used to host sports centers after LeBron's high school games, so what would Stuart think of James still playing at age 40 with 40,000 points? And with all these new crossing of sports TV streams, like, say, ESPN buying NFL Network and partnering up with My Daily Show, what would it look like if Stuart sat in with, say, Ernie, Shaq, Kenny, and Charles when Inside the NBA comes here to ESPN this fall? I could go on and on because I miss Stuart so very much. He should be in that chair with me, with us tonight.
Touching stuff, man. And Stuart Scott was one of a kind. I thought we had to play that since that aired last night, I believe. Life comes at you fast, folks. It comes and goes quick. You got to make the most of it. I'm going to make the most of it. Take a quick break after that touching moment, then we'll get back into some fun sports talk. Beck's Banter, live on North American Talk Radio. Be right back.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
Want tickets for less while helping a small grassroots radio network? You've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
Hello there. We're back. Beck's Banner live on North American Talk Radio. Great to have you back on this beautiful Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. Talking sports, having a good time. That's what we do. Hope you're doing that. I wanted to get into this, and again, if you're listening on natalkradio.com, you can chime in on the chat function right under the player. If you're listening on the Simple Radio app or radio.net, feel free to call in 330-800-4219. That's a Google Voice number. Won't cost you a dime unless you have the worst cell phone plan on the planet. But I feel like the media, and they have to do this, right, making way too big of a deal of Shedeur Sanders being shown as fourth on the depth chart. I mean, just absolutely goofy that we're losing our minds over this, and we're still only halfway through the preseason. Like, what are we up in arms for? First of all, they're not going to keep four quarterbacks. If anything, maybe they'll put Kenny Pickett on the practice squad. But I don't see them doing that either. It's an expensive practice squad guy. They might try to deal him. Might try to see if anybody has an injury in preseason. Lack of depth. I don't see a scenario where Gabriel and Sanders are dealt or let go. So, at the very least, he'll be third. But people were up in arms saying he should be ahead of Gabriel. Well, we don't know. Maybe there's a motivating factor why Stefanski put him there. But we do this every year. We make such a big deal about where people are on the depth chart in 2 preseason games when neither one's going to start. We know Flacco's the starter. So why are we getting all riled up? Is it literally just to have something to talk about? If that's the case, there's plenty to talk about. We'll give them something to talk about. Okay. I won't sing anymore, but you know what I'm saying. And every media does this with every team. Over-speculate, over-analyze. It's okay. Shedeur's going to be okay, whether it's with Cleveland or somewhere else. I don't know that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's going to be a scrub. But he's 4th on the depth chart right now. That's where they got him. That's where he is. I would hope he's not freaking out. But then again, I did a segment 2 weeks ago or a week ago where I think he's a little too focused on what the media is saying about him. Although in this case, it seems like the media is kind of backing him up, wondering why he's 4th. It's early, folks. It's a long, long NFL football season. It's a little too early to read into things right now. We know injuries happen all the time. That's a certainty. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen with the Cleveland Browns. So everybody calm down. Pipe down, folks. Okay? So I'm going to get into something about the PGA, but I wanted to mention, if you're listening on natalkradio.com, you can chime in on the chat function under the player. If you're listening on a radio app, simple, streama, radio.net, call in 330-800-4219. The PGA Tour came out with their 2026 schedule, and right away you see a name. Okay, you see a name. Everybody's talking about it. Believe me. Trump's on the list. Not Donald, but Trump National Doral. A very storied course, a very famous course. All right, in Florida. It's been used for many a major. Well, the PGA kind of froze his courses out over the last, not the entire 8 years. During his first presidency at some point, and then his second run, and then with the Biden administration. And we'll touch on this Friday night during the political party. Hoping to get a co-host for that. This is PGA Talk. This is sports talk, right? And that was the first thing people noticed. I mean, they had Trump in the headline. The Associated Press knows what gets clicks. Okay, let's just put it this way. They're not rookies at this. All right, they're seasoned veterans. But, the PGA is headed back to Trump National Doral. Again, famous course. It's going to be for a signature event. And, of course, there's going to be 5 big tournaments in a 6-week stretch next year. I never understood why the PGA does this. They front load big events. I mean, absolutely just front load. So next year, the Doral is going to have the $20 million signature event over the first weekend of May, a part of a stretch that starts with the Masters and ends with the PGA Championship, all packed into a 6-week period. And it has 3 of the 4 signature events in between those 2. It's insane. I don't know why the PGA does that. I honestly don't. But the Tour's new CEO, and that might be a reason why they're going back to a Trump course, they have a new CEO. Maybe he leans that way. Maybe he doesn't put in the pressure and he wants to go to great courses. But he said, we're excited to showcase the game's greatest players competing at golf's most iconic venues. And yeah, like I mentioned before, it is known as an iconic venue. So without the courses listed, we'll go over some big events. Of course, the Century opens the season, January 5th through the 11th. If some of you fringe or non-PGA fans are thinking, no, they don't play that in a cold weather area. It's usually in Hawaii, I believe. Of course, the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, that's a fun one. The Genesis Invitational, Arnold Palmer Invitational, that's in March. Then we start getting in the kind of the big ones, right? RBC Heritage, Miami Championship, Truist Championship, PGA Championship, May 11th. The Memorial, I've been to that several times in Columbus. That's in June. Travelers, that's in June. All culminates about this time next year in August when they have the FedEx, the BMW, and the Tour Championship. So, yeah, they came out with the schedule. Trump's name was in the headline. That got everybody's attention. I don't think he'll be in it. I don't think you can cheat in the PGA. Again, I'll save some of this for Friday. Talk about his caddies, carrying that extra ball, dropping it for him. Little couple notes from this. The Doral first became part of the PGA Tour schedule in 1962, became a World Golf Championship in 2007, and then the PGA Tour struggled to find a title sponsor with President Donald Trump after he bought the resort. They had a hard time finding a title sponsor when he bought it. Yeah, so basically he bought it, title sponsors backed out. It moved away from Trump Doral to Mexico City after 2016. I don't know about that move. Prompting Trump, the presumed Republican nominee at the time, to say, I hope they have kidnapping insurance. Ooh, I tell you, that's a rough one. Okay, and then the famed Blue Monster at Trump Doral then became a site for Saudi-funded Live Golf each of the last 4 years. Miami is not part of the Live schedule for 2026, although the Trump National outside Washington will be used. So Live's been using the course, and they do call it the Blue Monster. And they have it off the schedule next year, so the PGA is heading back. They probably saw the success. Although I'd say that tongue-in-cheek when I say they saw the success of Live. The crowds are much smaller at Live events. Although FS1 getting Live, I think, has helped them a little bit. But according to the PGA article, the spring stretch isn't the only busy part of the schedule. The tour season begins a week later on January 8th at Kapalua. And then, they have a lot of events after Super Bowl Sunday. So there you go. That's enough of golf. Yeah, that name, that gets the attention of folks, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Did you see this? And it saddens me to hear this, but Najee Harris, he was on my fantasy team. I don't know why that matters. It's not part of the news. He was on my fantasy team recently, but he could potentially be out at least the first 4 games from a fireworks accident. Fireworks. Come on, big dog. What are we doing here? Fireworks? I'm going to read a little bit of this from LAFB. It was a fireworks-related eye injury. Ugh. Folks, I'm just going to tell you, 4th of July is over, but I know if you live out in the country like I do, people kind of light them off year-round. They're not toys. They will blow a hand off. What's the Giants player? Blanken. They will blow a hand off. If you're listening on the website, let me know Pierre Paul, I think. There you go. The team said Harris has made progress, but has not been rapid enough for a Week 1 return. Unless Harris takes significant steps towards a return in the first few weeks of the season, putting him on the NFL list might be the Chargers' best option. So for you fantasy players out there, you might want to wait to the late rounds to pick up Najee Harris. He's a touchdown vulture, as they call. That's the official name, a vulture. He will get you some touchdowns. Somebody else that's hoping to get touchdowns, Daniel Jones, named the starter of the Colts. Anthony Richardson's been bumped. And I think it's good for Richardson to have some competition. And Daniel Jones was maybe the perfect selection by the Colts to give him that competition. Jones, had some turmoil in New York with the Giants. Fans wanted to blame him for the lack of success. He goes to Indianapolis, wins the starting job. I think that says a lot about Daniel Jones. Anthony Richardson, of course, made some headlines last year, not only from his play on the field, but also him taking himself out, saying he needed a breather. I don't think we've ever heard of that from a quarterback in the past, or maybe it just wasn't publicized. But Shane Steichen, the head coach of the Colts, said he's the starting quarterback for the season. I don't want to have a short leash on that. So it's not, Daniel, get out there, and the first time you mess up, we're going to take you out. Sounds like they have a long leash on that decision. And he is making $14 million in the one-year contract. Like it or not, sometimes if you have two quarterbacks that are even, and one's making the league minimum, the other one's making $14 million, they're going with the $14 million man. It's just the way it is. Get your money's worth. Now, he's 28 years old. He's going to be the sixth different starter in week one for the Colts since 2019. Different starter each year. He was selected first round 2019 by the Giants, started 69 games in his career there. He's 24-44-1. And it's the lowest winning percentage for a quarterback with at least 50 starts since 2019. So there you go. But he's looking to resurge that young career in Indianapolis. And I think this is going to help Richardson. He's 23. He struggled to stay healthy. He's only made 4 appearances as a rookie after undergoing the shoulder surgery. And he missed some time last year from a back injury. So Richardson's trying to adjust to the pro game, having a lot of ailments. This is a perfect time to maybe give him some rest. He's got his experience. Now he can learn from someone else 5 years older, rehab that body, and then when, Jones starts getting older, you have a guy that can perform if he's healthy. So far in his career, Jones has thrown for 14,500 yards, a little over, 70 career contests. He's also got 2,179 rushing yards and 85 touchdowns. There you go. Of course, one of his rushes has become famous when he tripped over himself, but that's okay. That's okay. We're not here to make fun of people. Sometimes. I'm here to take a quick break. You're listening to Beck's Banter live on North American Talk Radio, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can listen to it on natalkradio.com, the Simple Radio app, Streama browser, radio.net via their app, their browser, or Fire TV app. Soon to be on TuneIn Radio, and then we replay this on Spotify and the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube. I appreciate you listening. I'm going to take a quick break. It's halfway through the show. We got some WNBA action coming up, some Major League Baseball via the minor leagues. Crazy story. Get into some baseball scores and all that. I'll update you on the game I'm watching behind here in the studio. The Liberty lead the Lynx 28-26. Two powerhouses of the WNBA squaring off here. But anyway, I'll be back. Short break. Not very long. Stick with me. Talk to you soon.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
Want tickets for less while helping a small grassroots radio network? You've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
Hello there. Welcome back to Beck's Banter. Live on North American Talk Radio, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We take you up to the 8 o'clock hour. It's going to work out perfect during football season. Most of the events, except for MACtion, usually starts at 8 or later, so I know the NFL does. Glad to have you back. I should mention, and I'm going to change my graphic at some point. When I say 330-800-4219, you can call the show. You can actually text the show, too. I just thought of that. So we'll adjust that for the Simple Radio app and radio.net app listeners. You don't have to call. You can text, and that's another way you can chat with the show. But we're going to have to get bigger before that happens, but that's okay. We're going to have to get bigger. That's what she said. Okay, I've been on a That's What She Said kick with an old friend. Also, speaking of which, I am old. I'm almost 52, but I'm still like a kid, you know, like Christmas morning. So if you were listening last night, I had mic issues. So I had to switch out to my headset mic. Well, there's a short in that one, if you remember from one of the shows last week. So I have a new mixer coming today from Amazon, free plug. I downsized my mixer. Currently I have like a 7-channel. I only need a 2-channel. The 7-channel I'll ship to Montana for the Montana Lacrosse League event we're doing here soon in a month. And then I got a new headset mic. A nice one too. Daddy splurged. So I'm pretty excited very excited for tomorrow's show. I'll have new gear. But I'm sitting here anxiously thinking, ooh, after the show, I wonder if the new mixer will be on the porch. The headset's not coming tomorrow. The mixer's coming today, so I'm going to play with it tonight and test it out. So there you go. So no matter how old you are, you get excited for things to come to the house. That's just the way it is. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to the baseball playoffs, but until then, crazy news. Just absolutely crazy news out of Seattle, where the Mariners had to suspend for 10 games their outfielder Victor Robles. He threw his bat at the pitcher during a minor league game last Sunday. He's rehabbing. He didn't like that the Las Vegas Aviators right-hander Joey Estes hit him with a pitch. It didn't look intentional to me. It just looked like a fastball that got away from him. He reacted, kind of circled around the ump. You know, I think he shook his hand or something. That's where he got hit. And then just flung his bat at the pitcher. Dude, there's a good way to end your career. I mean, if that would have hit that pitcher in the head, I mean, not only are you pretty much done for the season, you're probably going to get arrested or have charges filed. Like, what are some of these guys on? You know? Mix in something mellow into your daily routine. My goodness. People get hit by pitches in baseball, man. Now he's going to serve a 10-game suspension. I didn't see anything about a fine. I would think you'd have to fine him for that, would you not? I mean, that's an attempt at an assault. Just unbelievable that, like, look, I understand. Sometimes pitchers throw it right at your head. Sometimes. But this wasn't the case. I saw the pitch. It was not the case. So, I mean, dude, calm down. And now he's got even bigger troubles than his rehab. He's going to have to sit 10 games. Speaking of sitting games, Sophia Cunningham, the absolute smoke show for the Indiana Fever. She's made some headlines. Now, one of my cohorts here on North American Talk Radio, he told me something about her I didn't know about. I mean, I'm not always like got my finger on the pulse of the WNBA. But he said Sophia Cunningham allegedly slept with the Phoenix Mercury GM. Made podcast quotes that blew up Instagram. More recently, her tweet about the dildos saying, let's cut it out, somebody's going to get hurt. And then the very next game, one almost hit her. Holy cow. I mean, crazy stuff. Well, now she's out the rest of the season with a knee injury. She's going to miss the rest of the season. Bad timing. Because the Fever, what's this icon? They won the Commissioner's Cup. They're trying to make the playoffs. They're hovering around 500, 19-16. But Caitlin Clark's out too, at least for a little bit more. A few more games, but it's a bad time to lose Sophie, one of the key components of the Indiana Fever. So she got hurt in Sunday's win over the Connecticut Sun. She shifted over to help defend a drive by Bria Hartley, who then crashed into Cunningham's right leg. It's the third significant injury blow in August alone for Indiana. The team's already without Ari McDonald and Sydney Colson for the year due to foot fracture and torn ACL, respectively. Fever star Caitlin Clark has also been sidelined since the All-Star break with a groin issue and doesn't have a return timeline. So the Fever have fallen on hard times via injury. Cunningham's 28. She's averaged 8.6 points in 30 games. She made 13 starts in those 30 games. She also averages 3.5 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1 steal, and shot a team best 43% from three-point range. So, you know, the Fever had to go out and get Shea Petty to a 7-day hardship contract. Shea is 36 years old, did play in 6 games for the Sparks in June and averaged 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2.7 assists while making 5 starts. Not quite the production of Sophia Cunningham, so the Fever in a little bit of trouble there. New York, meanwhile, behind my monitor, leads Minnesota 37-31 in the WNBA. They jumped out to, I saw at least 17-7 at one point. So they're getting after it there. Actually, the website's updating quicker. Am I not caught up in this game, or is that much of a delay on YouTube TV? Holy cow. Maybe I need to adjust my settings on YouTube TV. It's actually 43-35 Liberty. The Mystics lead the Sun 13-5 in the WNBA. So there's a couple of updates right there. In UFC news, I don't know how these guys do it, for one. But Frankie Edgar, former UFC lightweight champion, he's coming out of retirement. To make his return, brace yourself for bare knuckle fighting. I think it takes, if I'm going to be honest with you, I've never been a real fighter. I've never been into it. I've been the guy that walks away from him. The risk reward, I just never saw it. I just never saw, why am I doing this? I thought we're evolved. These guys have to have a different mindset to do this. And he can't be, I got to find his age. He's 43 years old. 43. He's going to bare knuckle fight I mean, unbelievable. I mean, kudos to you. I mean, I don't know if he's doing it because he needs the money or if he just loves fighting. Bare knuckle is pretty dangerous, though. It would seem to me. You can text or call the show at 330-800-4219. Yes, you can text that or call it. Or you can use the chat function on the website, natalkradio.com, if you'd like to chime in. Now, is bare knuckle fighting more, less, or the same danger as UFC? UFC seems pretty controlled. I'm sure bare knuckle fighting, they have control measures in. But for a 43-year-old, wow. He's a New Jersey native. He just signed the contract with the BKFC, and his debut is October 4th against fellow UFC veteran Jimmy Rivera in Newark. Of course, the bout's still pending approval from the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. But Edgar said, I'm super excited to get back into competing, especially here in Jersey. So that's going to give BKFC 82 another notable fight. The event's going to be headlined by a clash between reigning King of Violence champion Mike Perry and former UFC vet Jeremy Stevens. You know, do you remember a few shows back when I talked about the UFC merging with or moving to Paramount Plus? And I kind of complained that, 15 years ago, we knew all the names. Jeremy Stevens, Mike Perry, I don't know who these people are, so maybe I just don't watch enough. Maybe you're listening and be like, dude, you don't know who these guys are? Sorry. Don't punch me in the face. But an interesting note here, though. You have a couple former UFC guys that night during the fight. Also that night, UFC 320. So get a little competition. But apparently the bare knuckle event's going to end before the 10 p.m. Eastern to try to avoid the conflict with the UFC's pay-per-view event. So maybe they're trying to work with each other. Not so much a live PGA situation there. That's right. We're going to take our last break, come into our last segment with some MLB scores. Just go over a few things. And then we're going to call it a night and watch some sports the rest of the night. And, of course, as I mentioned, go look on the porch and hope my new package is here. All right. Beck's Banter live on North American Talk Radio, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you listening. We'll be right back.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
Want tickets for less while helping a small grassroots radio network? You've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not the monster corporate giants, and you will still save more on event tickets. That's natalkradio.com, then click Event Tickets on the menu. Get in the game.
Are you ready to place bets? Join MyBookie today and discover exciting opportunities. North American Talk Radio has partnered with the cutting-edge gambling platform to offer unique bets, several ways to play and win, and you can even use crypto to play. MyBookie offers a seamless platform for all your gambling needs, and MyBookie has you covered with a vast array of options. Explore their different markets and bet types. There's something for everyone. Discover MyBookie's special introductory offer by using North American Talk Radio's special promo code, which is 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, and you'll get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. MyBookie offers a thrilling experience, so sign up today and be sure to use the promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for huge cash bonuses. Get in the game and good luck.
Oh, I'm in the studio alone and I've got to go to the bathroom. Oh, it's going to feel like a long 13 minutes. We're back. Beck's Banter live on North American Talk Radio. Last segment. That's a loud one. That's a loud soundbite. We might have to remove that from the repertoire. Oh, how you doing? Tuesday night, August 19th. Oh, football's right there. Saturday football. I can't wait. I'm going to make some predictions, I think. Do I want to do that tonight? I'm going to do that Thursday, I think. I think I'm going to do some conference championship predictions. Of course, Saturday, as we've been doing the last few years, kicking off in Ireland. Well, top of the morning, Iowa State and Kansas State. 2 top 25 teams preseason, but we know that doesn't mean much. Sponsored by Aer Lingus. That's who I flew with to Ireland last year. Tight seats. But a nice airline. We're not going to say anything bad about them. It was fine. I'm going to switch on over to the Tigers, but before we do that, let's update you on the WNBA. But the Tigers game is a big one. The Tigers and Guardians battling for the Central Division. But the Liberty lead the Lynx 48-37. The Mystics lead the Sun 23-17. Of course, the Liberty are in third. The Lynx have clinched the playoffs. The Sun and Mystics are pretty much out of it. I mean, the Mystics, if they went on a complete tear, I don't know, maybe. But that's your standings there. Major League Baseball. The Tigers finally started their game against the Astros, and it is kind of significant if you look at the standings. Did we lose our connection? I think we might have lost our connection there. Sorry about that. I think that was a glitch in the internet this time. I think we have our first storm coming here in Ohio in a long time, so sorry about that. Anyway, the Tigers and Astros have started their matchup, and it's significant for the Tigers a little bit. They have an 8.5 game lead over the Guardians. Every game's essential because they have to play the Guardians 6 more times this season, right? Of course, they have a way better run differential. I brought that up last night, plus 90 versus the Guardians, minus 32. Tigers are 7-3 in their last 10, so they're kind of holding it down, all right. But they're tied with the Astros. That started late. They're in the third, and not to jinx anybody, but Scooble's got a no hitter after 2. A little early to talk about that, but also around the MLB, the Cardinals lead the Marlins 4-0. Cardinals are at 500. Or 62-64, I'm sorry. I want to almost 500 is what I meant to say. I want to see how far out of the wild card they are. They're 5 out of the wild card. So you're getting down to teams that, teams are 4 or 5 out of the wild card, 5, 6 out of the division. This is where it gets real tense. Real tense. Every game matters with about 30, 35 games to go. Blue Jays lead the Pirates 5-1. You got to win those games you should win. And Pirates 53-73, Blue Jays 73-53. Complete opposite records. Blue Jays got to win that series. Mets beating the Nationals 5-0. Bottom of third, we got the Phillies over the Mariners 3-1. Bottom of third, Red Sox Orioles tied, no score. End of 2, the Braves lead the White Sox 2-0. White Sox, another dismal year. A little better than last year. Still dismal. Yankees and Rays are in a rain delay. We could sure use some rain here in Ohio. Middle of the first, A's and Twins, no score. Bottom of first, Rangers lead the Royals 1-0. Royals again, every game matters. They're a half game behind the Guardians, so they got to win some. You got to win some. Night games, the Brewers play the Cubs. Brewers, best team in baseball. 8:40, the Dodgers and Rockies. Rockies, worst team in baseball. 9:38 Eastern, Reds and Angels. 9:40 Eastern, Guardians, Diamondbacks. 9:40 also, Giants and Padres. And then we also had game 1 of the Brewers-Cubs in a doubleheader day, a makeup from August 18th. The Cubs beat the Brewers 6-4. Why is that shocking? The Brewers have been on an absolute tear lately. They are 8-2 in their last 10, but at one point had, I think, a 12-game win streak. They're 42-20 at home. 632 win percentage. Next best team is the Blue Jays at 579. 73 wins. Brewers 79 wins. So it's looking pretty good for Milwaukee. We want to go, not expanded, we want to go wild card. Current teams in the wild card: Yankees, Mariners, Red Sox, Cubs, Padres, Mets. And of course, we talked realignment, possible realignment last night. It's a big to-do. So if that does happen. They're looking at Nashville. I think Nashville, everybody's saying, is a shoo-in. Other than that, they're kicking around Salt Lake City. I've heard Charlotte. Who knows? It could be anybody's guess right now. Nashville, I said last night, sounds like the perfect fit for the MLB. Salt Lake City always surprised me when people mention them, but it's a much bigger area than I give it credit for. I was at Zion National Park 2 years ago in Utah. And if you kind of look at the geography, I think that's what makes it such a good, pro city. A lot of surrounding areas with, no potential of having teams. So maybe it would work out for the MLB. But Nashville seems like a shoo-in. Charlotte's just a big metropolis. You could put any sport there, I would think. Don't tell the Carolina Panthers that. So I mentioned college football kicks off this Saturday. I'm going to take off the top 25 label and see all games. I'm going to make my conference predictions probably Thursday. I was hoping Thursday would be the opening night, but they're going to start Saturday in Ireland. Iowa State and Kansas State. Kansas State's favored by 3. You have Idaho State versus UNLV. UNLV had kind of a dream season last year, coming off of that. Of course, that happened even with their starting quarterback and starting running back transferring mid-season because or sitting out because they wanted more money. You have Fresno State, Kansas at 6:30 Saturday. Kansas just got that $300 million endowment. They are favored by 13 in that contest. Sneaky game for them, though. Fresno State's usually not a slouch. Not a powerhouse either. They can sneak up on teams. At 7, you got Sam Houston versus Western Kentucky. Western's favored by 10. And then the nightcap is Stanford playing at Hawaii, which is kind of an early start for Hawaii. 7:30 Eastern. And Hawaii's favored in that. So there you have it. Hawaii is favored against Stanford. Maybe it's because it's a home game. What's that make the local time? I thought they were an hour. I thought they were 5 from us, or 4 from us. Instead of the standard what LA is. I could be wrong on that one. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I'm getting tired, and I have to go to the bathroom. I've had to go since the halfway point. Nobody's helping me with the studio at all. All right, we're going to finish up with some MLS standings, and I'm going to fix my graphics, so if you watch in the future, you can text that hotline, 330-800-4219. You don't have to call it. You can text it and get a hold of this show. And it'll be available for other shows eventually. In the MLS, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. You got Cincinnati holds a 1-point lead over Philadelphia in the rankings. Nashville, Orlando tied 3 and 4. Those are the buys. And then you got Miami, Columbus, and Charlotte. I never understood the graphic. On their standings, their table. They have dotted lines everywhere and then solid line. It's weird. It's real weird. But that's the top 7 there. Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Nashville, Orlando, top 4. Miami, Columbus, Charlotte, next 3. Down in the Western Conference, San Diego. Wales is 1. Minnesota, Vancouver, and Seattle round out the top 4. LAFC, Portland, and Colorado are the next 3. And we'll check out their schedule. They're playing again tomorrow. Miami travels the Tigres. It doesn't say what it's for, though. I mean, they could really kind of clean up. That's for the Leagues Cup. There you go. Clean up their website's okay. It was my fault. Toluca versus Orlando. Seattle versus Puebla. And LA Galaxy versus Pachuca. That's the Leagues Cup. MLS regular season kicks back in Saturday. Full slate. Cincinnati, New York City. Columbus versus New England. DC United versus Miami. Montreal versus Austin. Philadelphia and Chicago. Dallas and LAFC. Houston and San Jose. Nashville and Orlando. Salt Lake, Minnesota. Vancouver. St. Louis. LA Galaxy in Colorado, and San Diego, Portland. There's even more games Sunday. How many teams this league have? My goodness. Atlanta, Toronto at 4, Charlotte, New York, and then Seattle, Kansas City on Sunday. That does it. There we go. I've done all the talking I can. You can catch these replays on the 12 Ounce Sports YouTube and Spotify. And you can find those links on our website, natalkradio.com. 2 nights in a row, little mishaps. Tonight was the internet. I don't know what happened there. It glitched. It's okay. I'll have a talk with Elon. I'll call him after the show. Give him a hard time. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Coming up next on North American Talk Radio, you got some news. From NPR and Democracy Now! So there you have it. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with some new gear. Daddy can't wait. He's going to have some new gear. Oh, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Want tickets for less while helping a small grassroots radio network? You've come to the right place. Skip on over to natalkradio.com and click Event Tickets on the menu. Here you will find the best seats at the best prices for sporting events, concerts, theater, and more. Buy from North American Talk Radio, not